Thank you, Tiffany. And the Kennewick School District passed a resolution yesterday opposing state legislation that would change the history curriculum in the classroom. The school board voted 4-0 in favor of the resolution. School board member Mike Connors abstained from voting because he objected to the timing of the special meeting. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma says several people who attended left the meeting disappointed in the decision.
I am firmly against your resolution.
Against your proposed resolution.
I would suggest that we don't even take up this resolution.
The special Kennewick School Board meeting was held to talk about two bills that are going through the Washington Legislature right now. Lawmakers are considering 5462 and 2331. These two bills would require inclusion of certain history considerations and perspectives of diverse backgrounds of underrepresented groups. One of these groups would be the LGBTQ+ community. Kennewick School Board Vice President Micah Valentine says he's against these bills because he wants to leave politics out of the classrooms.
I feel like the state and all these outside groups are just pushing politics into our school. And I just want to say, please, guys, please stop. Please stop pushing this in our schools. We got it. You can leave us alone. And so now we can just focus on just educating kids.
Valentine says schools focus on basic fundamentals of learning, not ethnic groups during school hours.
They send their kids to school so they leave school knowing how to do algebra, right? And world history. That's why I guess we can spend our entire school day talking about every single ethnic group and every single I just don't think that's what school's for.
However, several people who came to the meeting did not agree with Valentine's assessment of the situation.
The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action. I can assure you, Kennewick School District students will not succeed in careers, college, or life if they are educated in a vacuum, a whitewashed vacuum, where the board attempts to filter out the reality of the world we live in.
Another community member spoke directly to the board from a personal view.
I wanted to make sure you understand what you're doing. You're telling people like me shouldn't be here.
Someone else says this is another example of the city's history just repeating itself.
Kennewick was a sundown town. You have signs on Blue Bridge. If you're black, don't be here after dark. Is that where we're going?
Valentine addressed people who stood in opposition of the board's resolution proposal. He says some were there with an agenda and that he's more like them than they think.
Nobody's ever asked or how to sit down and have a cup of coffee or a conversation. You're just making up a narrative, and it's just simply not true. I mean, it has. If you actually could understand my heart, I actually agree. I just have a different way to get there.
Despite hearing the oppositions, Valentine was the first to motion in approval of the resolution, and the board passed it.
The resolution carries, and we have no further business on our agenda, so we will adjourn at this time. Thank you.
Retired Hanford High School teacher and now school volunteer Victoria Russell says she was left confused about what had just happened.
I don't know. Mr. Valentine was saying we don't know him, but then again he voted for the bill and he proposed it. So what was that all about? What did he mean? I'm not sure.
Valentine says he wants every student to know, regardless of the resolution, he wants everyone to be included.
I believe that every single kid, regardless of race, gender, sex, every kid should walk into a classroom and feel 100% loved and accepted.
Russell says she feels let down by the board, but she will not let that stop her.
I'm very disappointed, but we will continue to fight for, as they say, the great aim of education is not knowledge, but action. So I leave it with that.
As for Valentine's final words, he says he feels teaching certain curriculum would separate students, not join them together.
I don't think we have to diversify them. We have to separate this group and honor certain. I think we just love them all, accept them all. We're all Americans.
Valentine also tells us even if the state mandated the curriculum, the school district doesn't have the funding to add it in the classroom. He tells us he doesn't like the state mandating things without giving the schools a way to pay for them. Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.